I don't want to say what's up, Posse.
We are the black and white T-shirt gang, and Brandon, you're not in.
I didn't get the memo. You guys didn't give me the memo, sir.
You got the opposite memo.
Yeah, exactly.
We sent you the wrong memo as a joke.
So I could be the decoy?
Yes. What up, Posse? We're a little excited because we have a guest, and we always like having guests. We have a special guest, Kyle.
And I'm Mark.
I am Kyle, obviously.
You're Kyle.
No, I'm Kyle.
We're all Kyle.
I want to be Kyle.
He's in my chair. See,
Okay, so
you're
you're
Chad.
Chad.
Gotta drop your voice a little bit.
You're Chad.
I'm worse Kyle. He's better Kyle.
Better Kyle.
Yeah.
There you go.
BK.
There you go.
Bad
Alright.
Brandon.
Bad Brandon.
I'm always bad.
No,
B.A. Baracus.
can I ask you real quick, Brandon? You set this up. You guys
Yeah.
know each other, right?
Yeah, so we know each other because we're both fans of the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. And I saw that he was posting about being in Minnesota. I'm like, wait, I thought you were from Iowa. And he's like, I come up here like for work. So I was like,
Might
gotta
as well
come in,
on the
especially
show.
after you showed your impressive like in your YouTube channel, like all the stuff that you collect. Like I was like, you gotta get this guy on.
And you're pretty new to YouTube, but your channel kind of blew up, right?
Yeah, just kind of out of nowhere. I think I started in April.
Yeah.
So fairly new. But yeah, I just I needed a place to post my collection because any figure board, message board, hey, what is your collection? Show your collection.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna do a video. Did a video, put it up on YouTube. Didn't even really have a YouTube account. I just put it up there, and then it just kind of blew up out of nowhere. Very strange, and I guess
love
that's
that.
how those things go.
Yeah.
And like you said, your job allows you to get some
Travel.
really, really cool content. Can you explain like the development of how you got to where you are with your channel right now? Like, what did you start out doing, and where are you now with that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it started, I think February, I put my collection video up there. I think February, January, something like that. And then it just kind of grew for a couple of months. I didn't think anything of it. I just, hey, I'll send it to somebody if they want to see it or whatever. And then it grew, and then people are, hey, you should talk about this. You should do this. Oh, hey, I really enjoyed your walkthrough. Do you ever do any other videos? Can't wait for some more. Do a deep dive on Jack's Classic Superstars or whatever.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of good feedback. Usually you get some kind of negative feedback. I really didn't get any negative feedback, which is obviously nice.
No, it's because you're from Iowa.
Yeah, we're so nice in Iowa. You
That's
Minnesota guys know.
Yeah, you put Minnesota friendly to shame.
That's right. Iowa nice.
Yeah.
But I did that, and then I said, okay, well, you know what? I'll do a video. And I've always had pretty big weeks of weekly purchases, scouring eBay, scouring the stores, stuff like that. I mean, I've been collecting. I'm 40 years old. Just hit the big 40. So I've been collecting since I was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
My dad was a collector, so we went out to stores
Second
together.
generation collector.
There you go. He was big into the starting lineup stuff. So I've been around it forever. And then I do work in the, I guess, industry of Walmart, Target world. I don't call on those stores anymore. But I did for a long time. I know how they work. I know how the figure sections work. I know about their resets. So basically I took all that knowledge and then put my weekly purchases video in and a weekly figure hunting video of I travel 8 states for work. Not as much right now with all the COVID fun, but outside of COVID, I'm traveling all over the place.
Yeah.
Hey, I got nothing to do. I'm in a hotel. I'm going to get a dinner, and I'm going to hit the Walmart and the Target and in the town.
Nice.
So do a figure hunting video and then unboxings and deep dives. And like I said, I'm doing a Jack's Classic Superstars right now. There's, a video a week. There's enough to have over a year worth of videos.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that right now. And
Nice.
just kind of seeing where it goes. It's fun to do. It's something, you guys probably understand. It's fun to do. It's something to kick back. And
hunting is part of the hobby.
It's a thrill of the hunt.
It really is. It's the thrill of the hunt. It's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all probably been there. Like, why did I buy this? Well, it was the hot toy. I'm looking for it. What did I get this for? I just thought about that. There's a new War Games cage coming out for wrestling.
Yeah.
I ordered it, and it's coming in my mailbox today. And I said, now when did I order that, and why did I order that? What am I going to do with that?
What am I doing?
Figure
with
photography.
it?
There you go.
Yeah.
I said, well, I guess the kids will like it. My kids can play with it.
That's what I said about Alpha Flight when I bought that box and it finally showed up and went, oh yeah.
Why did I get this?
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's Alpha Flight, and
Amazon
they're few and far
exclusive.
between.
It was Amazon exclusive. We're like, oh, it's going to sell out fast. I better get it. I'm guilty of that one myself.
And Alpha Flight, that one's really one of the only ones that they always still keep putting up.
Yeah.
Really?
They never say die.
They keep resurrecting. But speaking of that, what kind of got you into collecting, and how long have you been a lifelong collector?
Yeah. I mean, 4 or 5 years old. I remember Masters of the Universe I think that's the first figures I remember really getting as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Castle Grayskull, all that kind of stuff. I've got pictures of me with He-Man as a little kid, but
Nice.
He-Man morphed into G.I. Joe, and that's my first love. You know, I'm really known. I'm almost pigeonholed as a wrestling guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But G.I. Joe is my first love.
You do like a lot of Star Wars too.
I do Star Wars, so I always kind of say Star Wars is my last one. If I had to drop a line, that's a question I get
Yeah.
a lot.
That's
If
the
you had
one
to
you
drop
drop.
one line, what are you going to drop? Probably Star Wars. Just because how many Darth Vaders do you need? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
17.
And I get it. They have to release those every few sets because, you know,
It's the
little
figure
Jimmy.
that's gonna sell.
Little Jimmy needs a Luke, and you can't have Star Wars without Luke and Darth. So
Yeah.
True.
I get that, but it gets old buying R2D2 over and over, and C3PO. Oh, C3PO's got a silver leg. Oh wait, this one's with the red. And
Yeah. But you got to admit what they did do with Darth Vader and the multicolors and just throwing stuff in
Purple
there.
Yeah.
helmet and stuff.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
that-
just random
The
ones.
transparent.
Agreed, I
seals.
love
The one, like one of our friends, Grote, he went nuts and got every one of the variants
Yeah.
of them.
Oh, those little candy,
they're just-
Mike and Ike looking ones with all the different
Right.
colors, you
Yeah.
know?
yeah, I've seen that one too. They did a Boba Fett of that, I
Yeah.
think too.
I mean,
Oh, I
he
didn't know
bought
that.
like every single one,
Mhm.
every different
wow,
variant,
wow.
you know?
So, being that you're into G.I. Joe, and
Yeah.
you obviously were talking about the G.I. Joe of the 80s, did you ever go backwards and look at the old Joes? Do you collect any of the old stuff?
I have a really traumatic story. Not that traumatic, but 1999, I'll never forget it. I sold all my toys.
Oh, jeez.
I just
You
turned
had one of
19.
those moments.
I just turned 19.
Yeah.
You know, I was working full time, going to college full time, and I really wanted a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I also have a Jeep collection, which is really weird. Regular Jeeps.
The collecting doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. But I wanted a Grand Cherokee so bad, and stuff was selling like crazy. And I said, you know what? What am I going to do with this He-Man stuff? What am I going to do with this G.I. Joe? Like, I have a room. I don't have a place to put it anymore. And I pulled the trigger and sold everything. I mean,
Oh,
and,
jeez.
Wow.
I made a ton of money. I bought
Yeah.
a Grand Cherokee with the profits back
Yeah.
then.
That's cool, though.
That's awesome. But then now, here I am, 21 years later, I'm like, oh,
Wishing
what?
you wouldn't have sold
Like,
that stuff.
I had a total meltdown back in March or April of this year where you probably saw it on the LJNs.
Oh, God.
So there was a guy in the Quad Cities, and he had the LJNs. We probably all know the old rubber wrestlers, the bigger ones.
Yeah.
That's why did I sell those? I'll never know. That was my first wrestling figures. I had all of them. I treated them with so much respect. There was not scuffs on mine as a kid. Great shape, but I sold them back then. You know, I forget what I got out of them, but nothing compared to what they are now.
Yeah.
And everybody's always said, Kyle, you gonna get that LJN set? And I said, no. And then this guy posted in the Quad Cities Facebook Marketplace, hey, here's a bed with all these. It was the entire set. And I asked him, how much are these? He's like, well, they're all $15 each, except the Hulk Hogan's. Those are $25. That, for
That's
the
a
whole...
really good deal.
I would have
That's
taken
really
that deal.
good, yeah.
you
Buy
feel
the
like
whole
God.
Andre the Giant Blackstrap's $500. Hot
Right.
Crew's
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah.
I mean, I said, well, I'm getting back into collecting. So I
Yeah.
said, okay, I'm driving from Des Moines to the Quad Cities, 2.5 hours. You have all these. Yeah, we still have them all in our shop. I think just the Bret Hart and Bam Bam Bigelow sold. So I'm like,
Okay.
okay, well, I can get those two. That's
Yeah,
still,
not too bad.
Still a great deal. I said, okay, I'm leaving at 5 a.m. I'll be there when you open tomorrow. I just want to make sure you have them. Well, you know where this story's going. I had a YouTube meltdown video where I made it in there. And I melted down because the guy did not have them. Well, somebody must have came right before we closed, you know. And I'm like, really? I mean, come on.
Dude, I
Come
drove all the way here.
I drove all the way here. I had
Did you find anything?
nothing. A waste of time. And then I hit stores along the way. I'm like, well, I'll get some figure hunting along the way. I found nothing. It was like the worst day
No.
That's
ever.
terrible.
The worst day ever. And then I said, that's it. I'm not messing around. I'm getting this LJN set done.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get it done immediately.
Yeah.
And I finished my LJN set. You know, the post office has been a nightmare lately.
Right, right.
I had 2 Billy Jack Haynes, ironically, that were lost in the mail.
Oh, no.
And so I had to buy him multiple times.
That's like the
Yeah.
obscure, like, it's like, oh, I need to get the...
But like, how do you buy one? It's
Billy
lost in the
Jack
mail. You
Haynes.
buy another one. It's lost in the mail. But anyways,
Yeah.
finally got Billy Jack, and it took me 7 weeks to complete an
The whole
LJN mint
thing.
yeah.
collection. So I don't know where we got on that topic, but
Hey,
No.
LJN's, yeah.
LJN, the one company.
I
guy-
was fired up.
This guy over here got rid of hit a mint on card Jesse the Body.
I had a
Oh.
He's like, I sold it for like $200.
No, dude, I sold it for $80.
Oh no, that's even
Yeah,
sadder. I was trying
it-
to give you like.
I
Some
was just
credit
gonna
here.
say I'm very familiar. Excuse me, I'm very familiar with LJN, and they're notorious for the company that will destroy toys respect.
Yeah.
Because they've just made so many bad ones. Well, mostly look at everything that they've done in the video game industry.
That's what I think of. When I think LJN, I think of the LJ wrestlers, and I think the video games.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know they made other stuff. I think they made Thundercats.
They made some D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you collect just across the board? Like you just made me think about the G.I. Joe video game from, I believe it was Sega had one.
I don't have it, but I had it as a kid or whatever. I had that game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have the flag?
I still have my original USS flag at my house.
I was like, you couldn't get rid of that. That's
I
like
could
the one
never.
thing.
A funny story with that is, I mean, it's a quick one. I think I've told it before, but most for this audience probably not. But Christmas of I think 1987, that was my big want, and a lot of kids want. And it was $100 back then.
Yeah,
I don't know what that equals now. But I was bad that year. I was into wrestling, so I got in some fights in school. Like a 7-year-old does. Well, Christmas morning, I get there and I look under the tree. There's 2 G.I. Joe guys there. My sister has just toys upon toys.
Yeah.
And my dad is funny. He's a funny guy. And he's a lot like me. I would do the same thing to my kids now, and I'm waiting for my opportunity. But he let me go for a couple hours, thinking, you just got those 2 toys. You didn't get anything.
So bad.
Yeah,
this
you didn't
year.
get anything. And then I sulked to the basement where all my toys were, and then, get to the bottom stairs. I turn the light on. There is the flag down there.
Wow.
And
That made up for all your
bet
presents
yeah.
right there. It's like, oh God.
And
Best dad ever.
I could never get rid of that flag.
What a great dad.
I mean,
Yeah, imagine how crazy it'd be to get them if you went back and showed all the parents, like, this is how much you're reselling for.
Yeah.
And then it became like the Cabbage Patch Kids, but for like $100 USS flag.
Yep. And my dad's funny because he was, I was always the kid that wanted to be up at 1 a.m. when Santa was coming. I'm like just in my bed, like clocking. I can get up. So he knew he had a limited amount of time to get this flag together.
Yeah.
And he says he left all the stickers because there's 1,000 stickers for that thing.
Yeah.
And he got it pretty much all together for me.
Nice.
But he was just worried, listening. And it was Kyle coming down the
you'd
stairs.
come down there.
That is one thing you cannot rush on a G.I. Joe
No.
brand new toy is the stickers.
No.
We've seen them go
I don't
south.
know. And how many have you bought secondary market that the stickers just suck?
Oh, yeah. I
They're
mean,
not even. I mean,
they're crooked or ripped. Or
Right,
somebody,
right.
oops, I messed up. Let me fix it.
fix it.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong sticker. They're not, oh, this looks good here.
Yeah.
Centered here.
Yeah, people that don't follow the instructions, I'm just going to put them on.
This
wherever.
one I feel looks better right here.
Yeah.
I know you brought some stuff to show, and so did Mark. But before we do that, can I ask you, when you do collect these things, and you talked about being a purist like me off camera, do you collect because G.I. Joe has such big stuff, like big toys, and probably one of the biggest ever is the aircraft carrier?
For sure.
Do you collect that big stuff too?
I haven't went back and got all the old Joes, so I'm all in on the new Joes. I do have all the 25th anniversary figures that came out. I went all in on the 25th.
You got the Piper and the Slaughter. And...
I got Slaughter.
Okay.
The Piper was an exclusive or whatever. That was like the only one I
was
don't
it
have.
SDCC, I think?
It was that, or it was the Joe convention. I can't remember,
okay.
one or the other. That's the only one I don't have in my set, and it was like $500 off the shoot. I said, I'm not paying this for something that's new, and now it's still like $600-700. I'm like, as much as I love buying stuff, and I hate the 1 of 100s and stuff like that. I mean, but yeah, I the new Joes, I'm all in. I mean, I have a room kind of dedicated to G.I. Joe, the 25th anniversary. I was in the G.I. Joe Figure of the Month Club, the figure subscription service.
Oh wow.
That closed maybe 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago now. I can't remember. Where you got 2 Joes every month.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Just exclusive to that club.
It was to club. That was the only place you could get them,
Yeah.
and you had to be a member, and you got your member exclusive figure, and then you got 2 figures a month.
Yeah.
It was
Were you allowed to
expensive.
buy more if you wanted to go in, or was there a
You
limit?
could buy as many subscriptions as you wanted, but you couldn't buy like, here's this month is Road Pig, and I want 12 Road Pigs. You couldn't do that.
But you could.
okay.
You'd
But-
have to buy in subscriptions for the whole
You'd have to
year
buy 12 subscriptions or whatever
Okay.
just to get that one.
But then they would, at the end of the year, if there was somehow somebody didn't pay their bill or whatever, there would be extra, and they would put them up on the site. They're going live on Friday at 10, and they'd sell out with
Kind
them.
of like Matty
Nice.
Collector when they were doing their
Yeah.
little oh, this is exclusive to Matty Collector, and then all of a sudden, like years later, oh, here's He-Man and Merman, and
Yeah.
all these figures that were exclusives.
Yep.
We found like some in the warehouse.
Yep. I just did a video on something like that with the Jakks Classic Superstars. There was a mail-in WrestleMania ticket giveaway
Okay.
with Hulk Hogan over multiple series. And you think about that from like my business mind of what I do for a living with like sweepstakes and stuff like that. That was the dumbest idea ever. Jeremy Padour has great ideas. He's great
Yeah.
everything. But taking a step back, I don't know how they greenlit that, being You had to buy like 22 different figures over 3 lines. What if I couldn't find Hulk Hogan? Then
Yeah.
That's
you
a good
can't
point.
turn your stuff in to get that free Hulk Hogan figure.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
a good point.
So they probably made 10,000 of those, and I bet you only like 4,000 people turned them in, because then Ringside Collectibles sold the Hulk Hogan after the promotion was over. $60
okay.
each. So that
Who
tells me it
knows
didn't
how many
work.
people they alienated because of that?
And
Yeah.
I remember, and they alienated me because at the time I was 100% mint on card. You had to
Yeah.
open them up, cut the UPC out, turn the ticket out. I was 24 years old right out of college. You don't have money to buy every set of classic superstars, let alone
Yeah,
two.
Two.
I kind
Chad
of feel
Skeleton
like,
just tried to crawl out of his skin when you said you had to take it out and cut the UPC out.
Yeah, I was
He's
totally
getting highs.
against it.
He's getting highs
Yeah.
right now. He's starting to itch.
That was
Yeah.
totally on and off subject, and we'll go into the toys that you brought. But that bionic woman that you can't see on camera up there, that's mint in the
Oh, the
box
shed.
to your right.
Oh.
I almost didn't buy it because somebody did cut the UPC symbol off in the back.
I hear you. I
Oh,
totally
it's
get
just-
it. I totally get it.
I did that as a kid. I understand these
Yeah.
things, but I just damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress. So
Let's
who
see
wants to start with what?
The box of goodies.
Yes.
That
Talk about
Kyle
video.
had.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're talking G.I. Joe. So I just grabbed, like, I don't really have this one
Top
is
5.
top 5 or anything.
I like
have a
this
few,
one today.
like, there's some figures I like that's probably worth $20, but it's like my favorite. And then I have something that's worth 1,000 that I just lucked into it or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, here's what I was walking around just doing a quick tour of my toy room, and I said, what stands out? What's cool? And this is that. Here's San Diego Comic-Con. Should I show it to
Nice. Yeah, give it to Mark.
There you go. San Diego Comic-Con Cobra Commander exclusive.
Oh, nice.
Now this is what I would love to see in the G.I. Joe Classified series, an updated one. President
that is-
Cobra Commander.
Yes.
Yo, I got a hot take though. I'm gonna use that head. I'm gonna buy one. Use that head for a hate monger because they're never gonna make a Marvel Legends hate monger.
For sure they won't.
But stuff like this, I mean, I love this Cobra. Obviously, I love Cobra Commander. I'm a huge G.I. Joe guy.
Right.
I love the Cobra Commanders we're getting in the Classified series. Obviously, like probably everybody in this room, we want the classic Cobra Commander, and I'm hoping they'll get to it. I'm giving them the
I
benefit
feel like
of
they
the doubt
have
early.
to. It's like you gotta listen to the.
I think there's going to be a
You see the
Walmart.
Simpsons tie-in on there?
Oh, what?
Oh, Springfield.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, there you
Soon
go.
all of Springfield will be in our...
Hey,
That's-
the G.I. Joe and Transformers coexist in the same universe.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
For a while, Hasbro had their own, like, they were doing, like, the Hasbro universe where they were, like, pushing out, like, Micronauts and ROM and just
Oh, okay.
comics, Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would, like, make movies for, like, Mask and, like, ROM and Ramen.
Yeah. in this G.I. Joe line, they actually had Matt Tracker from Mask as a figure. Where
Yeah.
they were going to
Yeah.
incorporate in. He was the only one they added to it.
oh, that's kind of cool.
But yeah, I should have brought that one. But
Let's see what else.
next
What else you
time.
got in there? I see.
Yeah.
I see an
right.
elite.
we'll mix it up. So this is
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. This is probably worth something now. I don't
Yeah.
keep up on it.
Oh,
Ultimate
wow.
Warrior Hall of
This-
Champions. This was a Target exclusive.
Dude,
maybe,
this was on. I passed on it. It was on clearance at Target, and I was like, but there's too many stickers on the in the box.
I bought so many of these, and every time I saw one, I bought one. I said, why do I
nice.
need 6 of these? But I opened them. I have one in my office. I have one at my office at home. I have a loose in my collection. I have
That
a-
one's gaining though. I think it's getting
This
back
is like
up there.
the coolest warrior, I always thought. Just
I
the
agree.
looks of him. I don't know.
And
Yeah.
the most short-lived too.
Yeah.
You got the white title belt.
Yep. Target exclusive, and this is actually, I think I brought the 2. So on his tights, there's 2 Warrior logos. There's also a 3
Yeah.
Warrior logo. So I got those as well loose. And
Which one's the mess up or the variant?
I think. Now I can't remember. I think 3 was the first one. Then I think it
Oh,
moved
okay.
to 2. I'm pretty sure, but don't quote
Can
me
I
on
see that?
Yeah. So I love that. I love that whole set. And I remember
I got
finding
the. I think
those.
I just have the New Age Outlaws in that set.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer. And Paul was on the end of the box, so when the employee cut it, it would cut through that Paul Bearer. So he was
a
pretty
lot of
tough to
boxes
find.
got ruined.
A lot of Pauls.
I just wanted to get him for the Decade of Dominance
Oh,
figure
yeah.
that's out there.
There you go. But yeah, I love that warrior.
That is cool. I
I'll keep
really
going
like
on. I'll go on the wrestling. So some recent pickups. Roddy Piper, 1 of 100.
Sweets.
Look at this one.
So that's a pretty solid one from the old Jack's
What-
Classic Superstars days.
Was it a Toy Fair one or was
Yeah.
it an employee one?
Toy Fair.
Oh, okay.
The employees are usually 120, 125.
Oh, okay.
So there was 2 Toy Fair. That was the 1 of 100, and then there was 1 of 3,000. The one in the leather jacket there.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of weird. So I have every Jack's Classic Superstars figure, 2-pack, 3-pack, box set, you name it, except I don't have all the 1 of 100s. And I get why they make them, but I don't like them at the same time because completists like me, how many 1 of 100s can you get?
Yeah.
I'll
Right.
probably break down and get them all eventually. I don't know when, but I just lucked into these. The next one I show, I got them together, and the guy would only sell as a package deal. I do like this Piper, though.
Yeah, they're
Piper's one of my
re-releasing
favorites.
this one as an elite.
Yeah,
right?
we're getting Mattel is making that as a 2-pack with Mr. T, the same kind of gear and stuff. So
That's cool.
What don't you like about the 1 of 100 thing? Just the gimmick of it?
yeah,
Because that's my thing. Is I just don't like a gimmick like that.
I don't, and it's so
don't
hard to
pressure
get.
me.
And-
You already got my money.
Yeah, and it's at Toy Fair only, so it
Yeah.
wasn't released to the public. How many of us can get to New York Toy Fair, San Diego Comic Con, especially in the Midwest? Not a
Right.
lot of us.
Yeah.
And then you got so many industry people that are taking these.
Ugh.
So
That's
there's
true.
10 left for the rest of the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
and then everybody wants $1,000
You're
or whatever.
actually
Good
lucky
God.
to get that.
Yeah, I mean, and I've had opportunities over the years, but I just don't like it. And it's the one thing I'm not going to like about the AEW figures they're just starting to hit.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing a lot of that because it's the same kind of brass that ran these, runs that, so we're going to see a lot of that. So it makes somebody that wants the whole set almost impossible when you have 2 hard-to-get exclusives in every single set.
Yeah.
So, and then here's the one that's my favorite.
That'll kill a lot of people's passion
Yeah.
if
But
they
wait a
can't
second,
get
don't show it
something.
yet.
Oh, okay.
Don't show it because we're gonna do a part 2. But
Oh.
we're gonna cut it. You gotta see part 2 to see what Kyle's bringing out.
That
So,
works too.
bringing you back.
Good
That
call.
works too.
All right, guys.
Good job there, producer
Peace.
engineer.
Great idea.